Yes, sir?
I want to send some flowers.
Yes, Mr. Hallam.
2 dozen roses, big ones. I'll get a card ready.
By wandering ward healers, thanks.
Queen goes for Jimmy Jewel, boys, at the landslide.
Wasn't it practically the keenest wedding you've ever been to? Yes or no?
Yes, definitely.
Oh, darling, tell me it'll never be any more wonderful than it is now, because if it is, I couldn't bear it.
Oh, hey, wait, we're embarrassing a best man. That is, everybody tells he's the best man. Come on, wizard, do your miracle. Pre-war. Ah, good old pre-war. Listen, my children, you shall hear the midnight pop of Paul Roger, 1914.
Hot diggity champagne.
What?
Come on, my mother told me about it.
No, you wouldn't like it.
Yes, you have
But nothing at all.
We should set pearls before swine.
To the happy pair. Or maybe somebody else should have said that.
Mud in your eye. How I love those simple, gracious, old-fashioned toasts.
It's a little early to be making plans yet, but do you know what, Bill? We're going to name the first one after you, because I love you and Jock loves you. In fact, we think you're the berries.
Yes, we do. Well, that's fine, because I think you're the berries, too. Both of you. Always have and always will.
Why don't you get married, Bill? You ever think about it?
Not me. I know when I'm lucky. Bye, Mary.
Why, you dumb bunny. Aren't you going to take advantage of your chance to kiss the bride? That tastes familiar. Once when I was 11, and the other time when I was 13, remember?
You'll, miss your boat.
Oh, you're telling me. Come on, darling.
Hey, O'Hara, we've got the Bronx in the palm of our hand. Out of 18 districts, you got it. Where's O'Hara?
You promised me a glimpse of Al Smith, and what do I get?
O'Hara!
Should we tell him?
Yes, but break it to him gently.
Bad news, pal. O'Hara's...
He ain't hurt, is he?
Hurt. If it were only that.
O'Hara's gone over the Great Divide, pal. He choked on a bond yesterday.
Yeah. He was the best friend a man ever had. He owed me $47.
Hi-ho, like a day. We all must go sometime. Here today, gone to... Pardon me, but that wouldn't be champagne, would it? I'm a stranger here myself.
Yes, yes, have some. Drink for the bride.
Personally, I've never been a bride, but they tell me it's quite an experience.
And now to the groom, poor chap.
Oh, no, the other one. Don't get me confused at this point, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, I really am sorry.
Well, darling, I think we've got to hurry if we want to catch that boat. Well, goodbye, Bill. Goodbye, Miss...
Brandt, Kitty Brandt. Plaza 3405.
He may be out of circulation, but I'm not. Lady, the name is Helen.
He's heart whole and fancy free and can also do card tricks.
Well, come on, all ashore, it's going ashore. Goodbye, Bill.
Bye, John.
Goodbye, Miss Bryant.
Bye.
O'Hara! Wise guy. Oh, kidding me, lad. They told me.
Goodbye, Bill.
Very nice, your friend. What's he do?
He's an architect. I'm nice, too, once you get to know me. Have another drink?
Why not? So, you're heart-whole and fancy-free, are you? How long have you been in love with her?
Whom?
Don't quibble.
No, you don't seem to get it. She just got married, see, to a Mr. John Wallace. You know, the handsome one.
Sure, I know. What of it?
It so happens that he's my best friend.
Oh, I understand. Just pals, eh? Well, isn't that simply dandy? Darby and Joan and another guy. Damon and Pythias and a girlfriend. Is it your impression that the best things in life are three?
No.
That's good, because it isn't mine either. How'd you like to get quietly cockeyed?
I'd love it.
Jeudi, je prends mon pain. Non, mercredi. Mais non, monsieur, je vous assure. Enfin, madame refuse. Elle commande des fleurs lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, dimanche. Voyons.
Oui? Wallace.
Wallace?
Wallace. Mr. Hampton's car calling for Mr. and Mrs. Wallace.
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 Oh, voilà, Monsieur Wallace.
Wallace. Monsieur Wallace, est-ce que je peux compter sur des violettes pour demain? Mais non, je veux pas que vous manquiez cette...
John, answer the phone. Or the door or something.
All right, come in.
You ought to say entree, darling. Remember when in Rome?
Tell him we'll be down in a minute. The Hampton's car awaits, madame.
Oh, dear, already?
See if the studs are in my shirt, darling, will you?
Remember those carefree days of my girlhood when I had only myself to dress?
Uh-huh. Now you have me, you lucky little woman.
Oh, look.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll find it.
You never have yet.
Oh, your strawberry mark. I love it.
I almost had it taken off once. I'm glad I didn't now.
If you ever do, I'll sue you.
John, darling, we've got to rush.
Oh, boys that hate operas anyway.
Oh, a little culture won't hurt you. Who used to do this before we were married?
Oh, I don't know. Lots of people. Lady upstairs, lady downstairs, lady across the hall. Kindly souls, all of them. Always willing to lend a helping hand to a poor bachelor.
No, I can imagine. What shall it be tonight, the red?
No, the white.
That's what you always say. Don't you ever get tired of white?
No, not on you.
All right. You win. What would you have done if I had worn the red?
Oh, I don't know. Created a scene. Beat you, maybe.
Really? Marvelous.
Well, anyway, I had thrown something at you. Here.
Sooner or later, you'll have to learn to do this yourself. Stand still.
You talk too much.
Darling, stand still. There. Looks pretty good if I do say so myself. Oh, Jock, we've got to hurry.
I'm ready. You're the one who's holding things up.
Oh, that's gratitude. I work my fingers to the bone for you. I slave and slave over a hot stove. Oh, Jock, you look beautiful.
Oh, no, you're beautiful. I'm merely handsome.
Well, all look and see. But you're beautiful, too.
Well, if you insist.
Hook me up.
Now, who did this before I did, may I ask?
Oh, the gentleman upstairs, the gentleman downstairs, gentleman across the hall.
Liar. Neither one of us ever lived before we were married, and you know it. We simply ate and slept and talked and walked.
It's true, isn't it? Think of the years we've wasted.
Oh, my darling.
Jock, they're waiting.
Let them wait.
Consonants.
Billy, Archie?
Billy! John! Oh, there he is. Hey, Bill! Look, Bill! Look.
Who's that with him?
Tammany's sweetheart, remember?
Oh,
hey,
yes,
Bill!
Bill, darling! I adore your skyscrapers and your beautiful women. Bill, how are you?
Hello, Bill. How was Paris? Did you have a rough trip? You remember Kitty Brand, don't you?
Sure we do. Bill, did you get our letters?
Oh, did he? He read them aloud to me and told me your life history from the time you wore knee pants.
And after that, we went to London. Oh, wait a minute. John, don't forget the... You know.
Oh, yes, yeah, I know. Look.
Here, let me...
Well, Kitty, hello. Well, of all people, how Mama and Papa and all the kiddies and Aunt Elsie?
Oh, Aunt Elsie's fine, and how are you?
Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. I bear a precious cargo. Bump me and I gurgle.
Wallace? Mr. Wallace? Is this yours? Oh, say, don't move, Gail. We don't want to lose you. I catch pneumonia just to see Peggy Joyce.
Oh, now, honey, we have to have a little fun, don't we?
Ah, you know, I'd like to buy this piece of land.
Any piece of land you wouldn't like to buy? That's all I've heard from you lately.
And me, too. Girls never marry an architect with delusions of grandeur. Take it from one who's been through the mill.
Doc, I'm interested.
All right. Look, I'll let you in on a secret. I'm going to make $1 million.
Doc, yes,
That's marvelous. When?
And how, if you don't mind?
Well, not designing buildings for somebody else, that's certain.
What's become of those fancy ideas you used to have? You know, instituting a renaissance of American architecture.
Fancy ideals is right. Architects never made any money. If they did, it took them a lifetime to do it. But promoters,
You mean you're going to be a promoter?
Yep.
Simple. Your pyramid.
You mean you pyramid?
All right, I pyramid. Look, I buy a property, see? In 6 months, it's worth twice its original cost. Then I sell it, and then I reinvest the profits in another.
What if that happened? Then where are you?
Probably flat on your face, but you've had a lot of fun.
Oh, no. Can't happen. It can't possibly happen. We're on the verge of an era of expansion here.
See what a gay world our life is? We have subdivisions for breakfast, residential projects for lunch.
Come on, darling. Come on, relax. What's the matter? Aren't you tired?
Did anyone ever tell you that all work and no play makes Jock a dull boy?
Yeah, but a rich one, too. Oh, say, you know what I heard yesterday? You know the Waldorf Astoria?
I ought to, because I remember we were married in it, weren't we? At least I was.
Yeah, sure. Look, this is strictly confidential. They're going to tear it down.
Oh, Jock, they couldn't do that.
They are, yeah.
The Waldorf's history, like Concord or Lexington.
Yeah, I know, but they're going to build the world's tallest building right on the same site. Harper says the combine's forming now. I might be able to get in on a piece of it. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Joe, I'm scared.
For what? My judgment? Oh, is this a wife's touching faith? Darling, you stick with me, and you'll wear bigger diamonds than this one.
I don't want bigger diamonds. I want...
What?
Some fun out of life. Like those people over there.
Yes, I know. You want us to be like that. I want her. Listen, darling, we're married now. We ought to begin to take on things that marriage means. Two's fine, but three...
How's that again? Jock, I've told you over and over. I'm willing to take on all the things that marriage means, but there's no reason why we should tie ourselves down so soon. Darling, let's not be serious. From now until after we go to Maine, Now what's the matter?
I can't be running off on vacations, dear. Don't you realize I'm trying to build a future for us? It takes work and it takes time. I'm no playboy. I'm a businessman. We'll have to postpone Maine.
Postpone it?
Yes.
You can't postpone somebody else's house party. The Crandalls are counting on us, and I'm going. Alone if necessary.
Say, listen. What are you, a prom girl or a married woman? You can't go on wearing orange blossoms, you know. Honeymoons don't last forever. Later on, perhaps, dear, we can grow.
Later. Always later. We're going to have a wonderful time when we're 90, aren't we?
Any old rags?
Any old bones?
Sure, so set on Maine. Why don't you ask Bill to go with you? He's got a vacation coming up.
All right, I will then. I'm sure I wouldn't want to go with you in your mood anyway. Kitty, will you let me sit in there?
You bet. Oh, be sure to give that back. The elf awarded it to me as the girl who'll go farthest.
What's all this about? You'll ask me where.
To a house party up in Maine next week. Want to go?
Why? Why, sure. What about Jock?
Other plans, as usual.
Well, Stoneface, how about a little conversation?
We just had one, thanks.
Dear, I wish I'd stopped and got a Marcel first.
Loves you, he'll take you in clean or dirty. So humble, there's no place.
Is that your idea of a surprise entrance? Where's your sense of drama? Oh, dear, I'm all a quiver.
Oh.
Isn't that ridiculous? Someone will leave their husbands for months, and after a mere 10 days, I'm in a twitch. Poor Mary. Maudlin Mary.
The human clinging vine. No self-reliance, no stamina.
All right, then I will call you. I said I would, didn't I?
Surprise! Surprise!
Well, I'll be... I'll call you back.
Tell him you have to go to a heavy conference or something.
I can't talk now. The one and only Mrs. Wallace.
Oh, I was a nasty, disagreeable, self-centered little idiot. To run off and leave you like that. But I was punished, all right. I had a rotten time every minute I was gone. Who are you talking to?
Why, what a man. What a man.
Did you miss me? Did you pine and sigh? You don't look as if you did. You look disgustingly healthy.
Well, I was too busy to do much pining, but I thought of you lots.
Oh, you...
I did, yes, I did. Really, I did. I'm glad you're back. Terribly glad.
But see? Evasions, subterfuges. Look at him blush.
Well, honey, you are blushing.
Oh, nonsense.
Oh,
no.
and at your age, too. Take us a highball or something. We're parched.
Say, I discovered a new bootlegger while you were gone. Remarkable fellow. He reads palms. Vegetarian, too.
Everybody sent loads of love to you. Liz Chalmers. You remember her, don't you? That lovely little cross-eyed number? Well, my dears, she's at last succeeded in getting herself engaged. And they're going to stage the most enormous and expensive...
Expensive what? So far he hasn't even raised an eyebrow.
No wonder you didn't pine and sigh. You didn't have to.
That compact doesn't mean anything, Mary. I swear it doesn't.
Doesn't it? Oh, Jock. Jock.
Mary. Oh, Mary, look, here. Mary. Mary. Locking the door when we have to talk now. You're being silly. Bill. Bill, what do I do? She's got to listen to me. She's got to.
Better think fast, Captain Flagg.
You can't go.
Can't I?
You haven't even let me try to explain.
You don't have to explain. These things happen every day, don't they? You read about them in books. You see them on the stage. But they happen to me only once, Jock. Let me go.
No. Look, Mary.
Let me go.
Look, Mary, she came up one evening. Just one evening, because she knew a politician who could help me on the Waldorf deal. The three of us sat around, had a couple of drinks, and we talked. That's all.
Don't lie, Jock. Don't lie.
I'm not lying. Don't you think I'd have hidden the compact if I had anything to be ashamed of? Oh, darling, I'll get down on my knees to you. I'll do anything, anything.
Up in Maine, I didn't sleep for thinking of you. I used to lie and look at the clock go round. I'd wonder what you were doing. I'd try to guess. I'd think, now he's reading. Now he's turning out the light. Now he's lying there in the darkness, just as I am here.
But, Mary, you've got to trust me. You've got to believe me and believe in me.
You brought her here, to this apartment that we planned and furnished together. She sat on that couch.
No, it wasn't that way.
Let me go, John.
You're here in my arms. That's the only truth there is. Can't you believe what you feel?
No.
Mary.
Hold me close. Never let me go.
21st floor. All out, please. Going up.
Well, fine business organization this. Where is everybody?
So you say your husband works here? A likely story. A likely story.
Oh.
Are we late?
No, come in. Lindbergh's still way down by the battery.
Hello, darling. How you feeling?
Well, I feel fine, foolish. Why shouldn't I?
And I knew you when.
Bill! Look!
Yes, sir. There, ladies and gentlemen, you have something. Or you will have once it's built.
Oh, Jock, it's gorgeous.
Yeah?
It's magnificent.
Couldn't have done a better design myself.
I should hope not. Looks pretty expensive, Jock. Sure you aren't getting in over your head?
No, not me. Oh, I mortgaged my shirt, a few other things, but I'm all set now. Look, here's this is the main clubhouse here. Here's the pool with fresh water.
No perfume?
Oh, here's the ballroom with a sliding roof so the people can dance under the stars.
All on the edge of precipices. Honest, Jock, this thing's got elephant passes, and so have you. Look at this office.
You look. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Hey, let's have a drink while we're waiting.
No, thanks.
What? On the wagon? Since when?
Oh, yes. She doesn't drink anymore. She won't smoke, and, well, on the whole, she's not much fun.
Shall we tell him?
I think he's old enough, don't you?
I think yes. If he doesn't hear it from loved ones, he'll hear it from nasty little boys in the street. We're going to have a baby.
Yeah, we caught him off his guard that time, didn't we?
Ever hear of anything so absurd in your life, Jock and me being a papa and mama?
Why, that's fine. That's what you needed.
That's what we thought. Remember what we said about naming the first one after you? Well, it still goes.
If it's a girl, I guess we'll have to give you a rain check.
Don't worry, it'll be a boy, because that's what you want, and what you want, you always get. I know. If it's a girl, the drinks are on you. If it's a boy, on Jock.
And if it's twins, on you, my friend.
They're on me, whatever it turns out to be. We'll break a bottle of champagne over its head. You're pretty happy these days, aren't you?
Happy. I've got him back, Bill.
Never lost him, Mary.
I almost did. And I know why. I never waked up to being married. really married. But I'm married now. And I love it. I don't know why everybody in the world doesn't get married. Including you. How about it, Bill?
How about it, what?
When are you going to settle down and be respectable?
Oh, sometime. What's the rush? I'm young yet.
You're 36. They tell me a person crystallizes around that age. You know, gets habits. Dirty ashtrays and laundry hampers bother you. You don't like to hear people whistle or you have to wait to get into the bathroom. We wonder about you a lot, Bill. And wish you could discover some nice, companionable girl with charm and intelligence and good ankles.
That's the trouble with you married couples. You're like somebody with a contagious disease. You've got it. You've seen no reason why everybody else shouldn't have it. Why can't you leave people alone? Why do you got to go on?
Well, you don't have to bite my head off. You can go to the Dickens, my fine man about town.
I'm sorry.
I hate you, Bill Hallam. No, I don't. I love you. But you're an awful fool, really.
Maybe.
Here, help yourself.
What for?
Parade. Foolish, throw him out the window.
Seems sort of senseless, however.
Here, Bill.
Like that?
Oh, no. Like this, silly.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Here.
Poor Bill. Missing the finish. Wouldn't you know he'd have to go out of town at this point?
Yeah, I told him I'd phone him long distance, dear.
I'm scared. Is that ridiculous? Well, thousands of women are going through the same thing this very minute all over the world. Chinese women, Arabians, Eskimos. I'll bet they are scared.
I'll bet they are.
Joe, promise me something.
Anything, darling. Anything at all.
Promise me you'll tell me, not a doctor or a nurse, if it's a boy or a girl, if it's ugly or misshapen, or if it's perfectly beautiful.
As it's going to be, darling.
I want you to tell me, because I love you.
What do you think he meant, Mr. Wallace?
Who meant?
President Coolidge. I do not choose to run. What do you suppose he means if he does run?
Couldn't say.
Ask Dr. Jerome and Dr. Barton to come up, please, right away.
Oh, nurse. Nurse.
Dr. Jerome and Dr. Barton wanted in delivery room A.
Mary.
Not now. Later.
Doctor, Is she going to
Your wife's going to be all right. And they'll let you know when you can see her.
Just a moment, please. Mr. Wallace, there's a call for you.
All right.
You can take it in here.
Hello?
Hello. Jock? Jock? How are things going? I said, how are things going? How's Mary? What? I can't hear you. Oh. Oh. Jock! Jock! Jock!
You can see her now.
Hello, darling. Mary.
Will. Oh. I see. It's a girl.
No. No, it was a boy.
Oh, I'm so glad. Was? You promised you'd tell me.
It died. Oh, darling. Darling.
I never even saw him. I never even knew what color eyes he had.
Stop it! Stop it!
Mary. Mary.
don't look so hot. You ought to go away for a bit.
After all, 6 weeks in the hospital must seem like a century.
I am. I'm going to Bermuda. If they ever let me out of here.
That'll be nice. You and Jock both need it.
Jock's not going. That's right. Not going.
But at a time like this, he ought...
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But you'd also think he'd find time to visit me here now and then, and he doesn't. But he's coming up this afternoon, for the first time this week.
I suppose work's his way of forgetting.
He seems to feel that money's the only thing you can be sure you've got when you've got it. I can't say I blame him much. In fact, now that he's in the market, it looks as if we're going to be known as those wealthy Wallaces.
I should have thought you were pretty well fixed already.
Oh, it's chicken feed. Child's play. Jock's founding a financial dynasty. Except that a dynasty's got to have... It wasn't my fault, was it?
No.
You know in the movies, how it's always a little lisping kiddie that cements the papa and mama together for keeps? Well, it's going to be an interesting experiment with Jock and me, because it seems there won't be any kiddie. Not now, and maybe not later either. Everybody says that the movies should be more like life. I think life should be more like the movies.
Well, I guess that about finishes everything, doesn't it?
Yes, except for your personal mail.
Oh, let's wait till we get to New York. Probably old bills anyway.
This is prosperity.
Is this the quiet lunch?
Isn't it a mad? What can I do? I just dropped in and took the place over. How do you like your pop?
It's very attractive.
Do you really think so? I hate it. Going to have it done over. All metal this time. Ought to be very uncomfortable.
And why have it done that way?
Oh, I don't know. Novelty.
Somehow I can't see you in a chromium setting. Or Jock either.
Jock? Well, it won't make any difference to him. He's hardly ever here anyway. As a matter of fact, he hasn't been home for 3 days.
Yes, I saw him in his office yesterday, just after my train got in.
You mean you actually managed to penetrate into the presence? Congratulations. How is he? Has he grown a beard or anything? Has he taken on weight?
What is this?
What?
You and Jock.
Oh, darling, you've been away. You're out of touch with things.
Yeah, but are you...
Are we getting along? Sure. We're happy as larks. We even sing before breakfast. Not to each other.
I hate to seem narrow, dear, but don't you think your playmates are getting a trifle rough?
Oh, Irene. This is Bill Hallam. Bill, this is Irene Potter.
How do you do?
Look, he's sober and he's civil. What a curio. You sure you come to the right place?
Well, I don't know.
Of course he hasn't. Don't try to frighten him out of it either. I wish you'd come earlier. Tony Goretto, you know, the gangster, was here. He had to rush off to a party, though. He's in such demand. You have to book him weeks in advance.
What's the number here?
Well, you'd think he'd know by now. In the past hour, he's put in calls to London, Paris, and Madrid.
Want a drink, Bill?
I don't believe so, Hank.
You'll have one, Irene.
Oh, not me. I'll have to be getting back to the store. After all, I'm a decent, God-fearing businesswoman, and there are only a few of us left.
Telephone for you, Miss Potter.
What'll they think of next? Marion speaking.
Irene has a candy shop over on Madison Avenue. In fact, I'm sort of a silent partner in it. I give her $1 and she gives me back 2. It's unbelievable.
Did you say? How marvelous. With or without a chaperone?
Oh, yes, of course, my dear. Trust her whole path's going. But after all, it is Freddie's Billy, you know.
Oh, so it's Freddie Fuchon now, is it? What became of our polo player, by the way?
Oh, he went into the discard ages ago. At least 6 weeks.
A platonic friendship she played.
Darling. Where's Mrs. Wallace?
Who is she?
Oh, never mind.
Slow, contain yourself.
Hello, darling. Have you a good time? Have you met Mr.
I want to talk to you.
Bill?
Now, look here, old man. You can't...
I need my wrist.
Get out.
Stay where you are, Jean.
I said get out. Now.
Now, indeed. Is there any reason for this melodrama, really, Bill?
Mary, what's happened to you?
I haven't the slightest idea what you're talking about. Let me go, Bill. I have my friends.
Your friends. Do you realize what those people out there are saying about you?
They're my guests, Bill, and I don't care to hear anything
You hear what I tell you. If you haven't sense enough to care for your own reputation...
Reputation? Oh, darling. Nobody has a reputation these days. It isn't done.
Well, you won't have one if you go to Antibes, that's certain. And I'm going to tell Jock you can't go and why you can't go.
My dear, Jock isn't even aware that I'm planning on going.
He isn't aware?
How could he be? I told you he hasn't been home for 3 days.
Well, he'll be aware now.
All right. Call him. See what he says.
Digby 44999.
Jock doesn't care what I do, don't you understand? He has more important things to worry about. His precious casino club, the market. Those are the things nearest his heart.
Digby 44999. There must be someone there, operator.
Oh, you're a fool, Bill. You're such a fool.
Hello, Jock. What's the matter?
Here he is now. Must have dropped in to get a toothbrush or something. Jock, dear, I know it'll merely bore you, but Bill thinks you'd like to know. Jock. Jock, what's wrong?
Oh? I don't know. Couldn't have happened. Couldn't, not overnight anyway.
What couldn't?
Wiped out. Could you get me a drink, Mary? I think I need.
The Empress Eugenie, She must have had a lot of self-confidence if she ran around wearing these things. I don't know. Somehow it looks different on me.
You'll grow into it.
I wish the hobble skirt had come back in again. There was something a girl could get her teeth into.
Bill! You sure you can't stay for dinner?
Sorry, Mary, I'd like to, but I have to get back to town.
Listen, Mary. I'm asking you for the last time, why don't you come on and work at the store? Why let Jock keep you from it? Where's your self-respect?
I can't do it, Irene. My self-respect isn't as important right now as his is.
If he had any self-respect, do you think he'd keep on drinking the way he does? I don't see how you stand it. I couldn't. And I certainly couldn't stand living on borrowed money.
Borrowed money?
You heard me.
All right, I got caught. Well, business is still fundamentally sound.
And you're fundamentally stupid. I won't allow my wife to work. A woman's place is in the home. That sort of thing went out with button shoes and hand-painted china.
Oh, never mind. Never mind, Irene. I know your views. You know mine.
Well, someone in this house ought to have a job, and since Mary wants to work...
Well, she's not going to, and that's that.
I don't know, Jock. A salary's a salary, especially in these times.
Oh, these times. There's nothing the matter with these times. Prosperity's just around the corner.
Same corner you said it was around last year? The poor thing must be crawling on its hands and knees.
Which end of the asparagus do you cut off, the top or the bottom?
Neither. You take out the middle and knit the ends together. I had a feeling I'd be cooking this dinner sooner or later.
I guess I'm not cut out for the home.
In heaven's name, what's the matter with this country? Nothing's happening. Everything's dead. I'm equipped to do things. I know I can do them, but I can't even get a chance. Read that. That's the profession I was trained for, architecture. I try to get back into the firm now, anything. I don't care, even a draftsman job. What do they tell me? We regret exceedingly that under the present conditions there is no opening available. We regret exceedingly. I spent 4 years in college learning to do the things a firm expects of me. I worked for them for 6 solid years, and now they regret exceedingly.
You know I'll carry you as long as you want, Jock, but... Now, this is for your own good. Why'd you take any sort of job? There must be something you can do.
Sure, clerking for 20 a week.
Well, guess I'll be going along. Bye, Irene.
Well, if you had any manhood, you'd stay and face the music.
Bye, Jock. Bye, Will. Sorry I have to rush off.
So that's how we've been living.
He gave me some money once.
You liar. You sweet liar.
No, really. He gave it to me to keep for him.
You better stop. You better stop or I'll start crying. I wouldn't want to do that.
Is he like this often?
Bill, what am I going to do? What do wives do? Put something in the coffee or what?
Let me talk to him.
Talk doesn't do any good. I've tried that.
It might. At least what I have to say to him might.
Irene,
Yes?
I've decided to take that job in the candy shop.
Oh, honey, that's simply grand. We'll make a fortune.
You know how I feel about your working. Why do you have to bring it up now? Why do you have...
This is why.
Oh. Thought you'd gone.
What's the matter with you?
What do you mean?
You're a fine-looking specimen.
Is that why you came back, to give me a sermon?
I'll give you more than that.
Oh, yeah?
Look at yourself. Pretty, isn't it? Yeah, I don't blame you for not wanting to see it. You might consider the people around you, though. They have to see it.
Oh, try it.
How long are you going to keep this up? Who do you think you are?
Let me alone, Bill. I don't want to hear any more out of you.
You're going to, though. You're licked and you've quit. You've got a streak of yellow so wide.
I think you'd better shut up.
I've kept you going for months. And now that Mary's got a job, I suppose you live off her. Did anyone ever tell you what they call a man who lets his wife support him?
I said I think you better shut up.
It's a short word and an ugly one. But here's where you get it.
I'm sorry, Bill.
That's all right, Jock.
I'm sorry, madam, but all sales are final.
Young man, don't stand there and talk back to me. Where's the manager?
Mr. Wallace, your wife is on the phone.
Well, tell her I'll call her back. I can't take it now.
Oh, sure you can. Go on, I'll handle the animals for you.
All right, thank you.
Did you wish something, madam?
Fine, oh, fine.
Hello.
I'm sorry to bother you, dear, but could you please get a star for the top of the tree? You know, one of those big, gilt, shiny things.
Say, look, did the cook get there?
Yes, she's here. Ooh. She doesn't sound so hot, but she's here. When do you think you'll get away? All right, darling. We'll expect you when you get here. Goodbye, dear.
Silent night, silent night. La, 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 la.
I was afraid of that.
Merry Christmas, Bloomfield Incorporated. Merry Christmas from Bloomfield Incorporated. Merry Christmas from Bloomfield Incorporated.
Same to Bloomfields, I'm sure.
Merry Christmas from Bloomfield Incorporated. 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 Merry Christmas.
Yes? I hate to bother you, Mr. Wakefield. I know it's Christmas and you're in a hurry to get home, but I'd like to speak to you for a moment, please.
What is it?
I'm a salesman in the basement at the sweater counter. I just got my paycheck and they gave me this.
I'm very sorry. There's nothing I can do about it.
I just wanted to explain that if you...
You'll send your application in after the holidays. I'll be glad to keep you in mind.
You must listen to me, Mr. Wakefield. I've been here for 10 weeks and I've worked hard.
Yes, of course,
well,
I'm sure.
Maybe I wasn't so good when I first started, but I'm all right now and I'm getting better.
I don't think you realize that there's nothing I can do about it.
You see, with me, it
There's
isn't a
always
matter...
a lull after Christmas. We've got to cut down somewhere.
It isn't the money, Mr. Wakefield. It's the job.
I understand, yes.
When I came here 10 weeks ago, I hadn't worked for so long that I'd lost the respect of everybody. Even, well, you can't let me go now. You can't. If you do, it means that I've failed again. I can't go home like this. Please, I'll do anything. I'll work for whatever you say or whatever you want to give me, but I've got to have the job.
I'd be glad to help you if I could. But after all, you must realize that there are hundreds of people in the same position. If I made an exception in one case, I'd have to make it all the way down the line. It's too bad, but that's how it is. Here, Merry Christmas.
Anything wrong, Mr. Wallace? I say, is there anything wrong? Anything I can do?
Oh, no. No, thanks.
Well, Merry Christmas. From Bloomfield Incorporated.
Thanks, same to you.
It isn't very warm, is it?
Why, mine's swell.
Mine's hardly that, but it certainly fills a void.
Yes, sir, Mr. Wallace. You asked me, them were the days, too. Like a gentleman's club this place was then. Nice and quiet and genteel. And now, look, we have to serve all the riffraff that comes in off the street. Repeal. Well, so they can have the repeal if that's the way it works. Turning a nice, refined place like this into a regular saloon.
Merry Christmas, Kitty.
To you, maybe. Well, stranger.
Well, for the love of... What's saying? Come on, pull up a chair. Sit down. How you been, Kitty?
Fine, and you?
Oh, never better. Say, Charlie, you with anybody?
No, I had a date, but
That's well, Charlie. Scotch and soda for the lady. Make it two.
you out on parole or something?
Parole? Right.
Oh, now, come, Christmas Eve, darling. You know, hearth and home and taffy pulling in the kitchen. Shouldn't you be playing Santa Claus? Seems to me I remember hearing a rumor about the patter of tiny feet heading your way.
They detoured. Well, happy days.
Peace on earth, goodwill, and so forth.
A Merry Christmas. A Merry, Merry Christmas. Well, have you no home?
I'm staying till he comes.
All right. But I warn you, he's not a pretty sight when he gets like this. I'm going to bed. Oh, would you like to try the Davenport? I'll fix it for you. May I have one, too? Seems to be my night for insomnia, among other things. Isn't it funny? All evening I've been hoping he'd come home. Now I dread it.
Dread it?
Because I've been through it so many times before. Bill, what happens when people reach the point where they can't go on?
They just do go on somehow if they can.
I can't. Not anymore. Oh, Bill, I'm frightened. We're like two swimmers trying to reach the shore, he and I. And we're both worn out. But he's limp and doesn't struggle anymore. And I try to hold him up. And instead of coming nearer, the shore gets farther and farther away. He's going down, Bill. He's gone down. And I don't know what to do.
Oh, my dear, do you think I haven't seen it? Do you think I haven't wanted to do something about it? To help you? You should have someone to care for you and cherish you. I've wanted to do that, always. Even before you were married. I've always wanted to tell you what you mean to me. The clothes you wear, the way you wear them. The way you walk and talk and stand and sit. The funny way you drum on my shoulder when we've danced. The way you used to laugh, because you don't laugh anymore. I've watched your eyes when you were hurt and listened to your voice saying the things you wanted to believe yet couldn't. I can't watch or listen any longer. Oh, Mary, I love you so. You knew, didn't you?
I suppose I've always known. But, Bill, I'm fonder of you than anyone else on earth. I don't know whether it's liking or love, or if it's love, what kind of love it is. Anyway, it's a lot. But it isn't the same thing that I feel for Jock.
That you feel now, or that you used to feel?
That I've always felt. That I'll have to get over. Because it's doing him no good. And it's making me.
I've waited a long time. I can go on waiting. Till you're ready.
You go.
Hey, buddy. Is there a guy named John Wallace lives here?
Yes?
Well, there's been an accident and...
What?
An accident. My cab crashed into the one he was in. I took him to the hospital, and I thought maybe you'd want to go.
How badly is he hurt? He isn't
Dead? No. Wasn't when I left him anyways. But he's pretty bad.
Wait a minute. Mary.
Take me to him, Bill.
I'm afraid you can stay only a minute.
You must get well, darling. You're going to get well. Oh, Bill. He's got to live.
He'll live. He's got everything to live for.
Would you like to see the young lady now? She got off easier than the gentleman. Maybe you'd better not go in now, but I thought you'd like to know she's resting comfortably.
have a party the opening night for all the people that stuck by me when I needed them. Bill and Irene. Oh, you've been so swell, darling. That's all I've thought about all the months that I've been lying here. I'll ever be able to make it up to you. I know what you've had to go through and what you're still having to go through. What's the matter, honey?
Nothing. Jock, you haven't anything you want to tell me, have you?
Tell you? About what?
Oh, about us, you and me.
Oh, nothing that, except I'm ashamed of what I've been, but we're set now, and together we can lick the whole world permanently this time.
Is that all?
And that I love you. You're tired, aren't you, dear? Just wait till I get the casino open. I can take care of myself after that.
Yes. After that, you can take care of yourself.
This is what I was going to say. Reopening the club has been merely part of my job. I've been laying plans for its expansion. Now, as some of you may know, I started this project. And subject, of course, to our distinguished board of governors, I should like to see it continue on the same scale on which it was begun. In fact, I see an even bigger casino. I see a larger, more magnificent venture. We need more space, more gardens, more grounds.
You should be feeling pretty happy tonight.
I suppose I should, shouldn't I?
Well, aren't you?
Has Jock told you about the new job that's been offered him?
Job? What job?
With the firm of architects he used to be with.
When did this come up?
A couple of days ago. They've got a contract for the construction of a model community in the Tennessee Valley. It's part of the new housing program. And they want him to go down and take it over. You know, gauge the needs of the people, and then design a whole little town to fit their requirements and geographical background.
Tennessee Valley, sort of primitive down there, isn't it?
Yes, I suppose it is. I don't know, though. Going a little primitive might not be a bad idea. There's something rather vitalizing. Yes, even inspiring about a project of that kind.
I know. Big and clean, the washing an elephant idea. Huh?
It is easy to laugh at, isn't it? Somehow...
You'd think they were ushering in the millennium tonight instead of just trying to pull a bad investment out of the red. About the only thing they've overlooked is to let loose a flock of doves. Ah, here he is now, personal magnetism himself. Well, what comes next? Chorus girls on white horses or what?
Aren't you ever satisfied? Here, I think you two deserve this more than I do.
Better see if it's paid for first.
Say, how do you think it went off, darling?
Oh, splendidly.
I hear you've been offered a new job.
Yeah, some job, that is.
Why, turning it down?
Well, what do you think? Oh, darling, you know what the board just told me? They say that if everything goes along satisfactorily, there's no reason why I shouldn't be getting a cut on the profits, in addition to my salary.
Oh, that's fine, Joe.
It's simply one more step on the road back, that's what it is. From managership to partnership to majority control.
He floats through the air with the greatest of ease, the daring young man on the flying trapeze.
That's all right. You just wait and see. It's back to a penthouse for us, darling, before you know it. Won't that seem good? You remember that mink you had to sell? We'll replace it with sables this time. How'll that be?
Hello, John. Hello, Phil. Hello, Mr. Admirer, you're welcome to meet you, Mr. Craig, Mr. Wallace. How do you do? I liked your speech, Mr. Wallace. Very convincing.
Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful place you have here. Well,
See you later, dear.
Bill, are you going to be terribly busy tomorrow?
Never too busy to see a charming, young, etc.
I'd like to have a talk with you.
What about lunch? Say the plaza.
No. This isn't social. It's business. I'll come to your office.
Well, what's on your mind? Things going all right at the store?
Booming. The chain store's going to buy us out, and they want me to stay on and act as manager.
At a good salary. A really good salary.
Well, you worked hard enough for it, Mary. Want me to draw up a contract? Is that it?
No. That's not it. Bill, you were in on the beginning, so you might as well be in on the finish. I've left Jock. This morning. He doesn't know it yet and won't till he finds my note. I want a divorce. And I want you to get it for me.
Is it another man?
No. And there won't be. There couldn't be any other man except you, Bill. And it wouldn't be fair to you this way. No. From now on, I'm the cat that walks by itself.
Mary, why are you leaving him now? Now that he's won his battle. Or rather, now that you've won them for him.
I stayed with him when I could be of help to him. I was the biblical wife. But now we're all right again. Both of us are all right. He has his job and I have mine.
But that shouldn't make any difference.
Oh, but it does. Don't you see? We don't need each other anymore, that's all. We've nothing in common.
Nothing in common.
Nothing in common now or in the future. Will you make me out a bill of complaint or a brief or whatever it's called? Say it's incompatibility. Say it's mutual fatigue. Say it's just 10 years.
Mr. Wallace to see you.
Oh, I can't talk to him now.
In a minute. Yeah.
Bill, please don't let him know I'm here. I just couldn't face him now.
Whatever you want.
Yes, sir?
Have Mr. Wallace come in now, please.
She's gone, Bill. Mary's gone. She's left me.
I know. She was here.
Where is she? She can't leave me now. She can't.
Take it easy, Jock. Don't...
Oh, it's easy to talk. You've never loved her. You don't know what she can mean to a man. She's... Help me, Bill. Help me. You might be able to tell her. She might listen to you. Tell her that she's all I've got, all I want.
She's engaged me as her counsel.
As... Oh. I see. I'd hoped you might be able to do something. It's not only that I love her. We have so much in common.
What?
I say we have so much in common, it doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem...
Mary.
Has he gone? Bill, you promised me.
I know I did, but...
It's no use, Joe.
Well, there are certain legal formalities that you'll have to submit to sometime, so you might as well do it now. Sit down, please, both of you.
Mary, please.
Now, let me make a few notes.
The plaintiff was married to the defendant 10 years ago on November the 5th, 1925. 10 years ago today, in a rice-strewn room in the old Waldorf, on the same plot of ground, you were wearing a brown velvet dress. And you stood on tiptoe and said, "Jock, tell me it'll never be any more wonderful than it is now. Because if it is, I simply couldn't bear it." There wasn't a cloud in your sky that day. You had everything. What happened between then and now? The plaintiff and the defendant returned from a honeymoon abroad and settled down. Remember that night on the train when we were coming back from the Dempsey-Tunney fight? Remember your being angry because Jock insisted on working and you wanted to play? You wanted to have some fun out of life while you were still young enough to enjoy it? That was your first quarrel, I imagine. Afterwards, you were sorry. But afterwards was too late. Because by then, something had happened. Something that was to hit back at you later when you stood in a doorway with a compact in your hand. And you said, "Oh, Jock, Jock." And the last thing I saw as I left was him standing in front of a door you'd locked. But you came through that. You even felt so secure in each other that you decided... A couple have no child. What was it that separated you after that, when you should have been closer than ever? Shock? Yes, at first. So you turned to making money as a release and an escape. And she turned to anything she could find. New clothes, new people, any opiate that'd make her forget the things she was feeling. Mary needed you then, Jock, badly. But you were too preoccupied with success, with their get-rich-quick schemes. Well, you got your success, didn't you? And your money. And how long did it last? As long as any bubble lasts. And when it collapsed, you collapsed with it. You'd lost your perspective. Not only about her, but about everything. You couldn't even appreciate what made her stick to you when the false bottom of your success fell out. Through hard times, hard work, all the things your egotism had brought it to. That Christmas Eve when we were waiting for you to come home, I did something I wanted to do all my life. I told Mary I loved her. I held her in my arms and asked her to come away with me. Well, she didn't come away. Instead, she went to you, because you needed her once more. When she came out of your room at the hospital that night, she was crying. And she said, "Oh, Bill, he's got to live." Yes, she said that. And a moment later, the nurse asked her if she'd like to see the young lady. She had every reason to leave you then, but she didn't. She decided to stay with you to the point where you could face the world successfully, as you did last night at the casino. And now she feels her job's ended. You went through all those things together, the two of you. And now you've come to me and said, we've nothing in common. Nothing in common. And you say we've so much in common. And you're right because you're speaking of the past. And she's right because she's speaking of the future. And she's afraid of it, Jock. She's afraid of anyone who's been through what you've been through and hasn't been changed by it. Last night she saw you beginning the whole thing over again. The casino thing, the money thing, the success mania, penthouses and sables. Those things are fine, she knows that. But she's had them once and they weren't enough. And that's all you're offering her. You had a chance to offer her something else. A new kind of existence. It might be better, it might be worse. Anyway, it'd be new. And you laughed at it. Look back over your life together, Jock. Can you blame her for wanting something different? to you now, Mary. Shall I go ahead and draw up your brief so that you can get your divorce? Or... You know the sort of brief I'd rather draw up for you. It'll be a brief made up of the day-to-day things that you and Jock have done together. The words you've spoken, the rooms you've lived in, the streets you've walked. A brief of the songs you've sung, and the tears you've shed, and even the things your hands have touched. You and Jock together, and I too. No, that doesn't matter anymore, and never can matter.
To winter in the South.
I know, dear, but Tennessee's not like Palm Beach. Be calico, you know, for you.
And chin whiskers for you. And aren't you going to look terrible?
That's a pretty picture, isn't it?
Yes. That's a portrait of marriage.